Hello everyone, my name is Shazan and I guess welcome to my channel again. Today I am going to talk about all the books I have read in January 2024. So before I start, these are all the books. You can see them now clearly. All the books are here. So there are nearly 10 books, I guess, and 2 short stories. And yes, it is a little bit more than I read in a month. It is because January is usually a very high energy month, or we can say the end. January is a very long month, so there is lots of time. And I also wanted to use the all the January motivation and energy to read the books that I am avoiding for a long time. So I will just pick a book from the stack and then I will explain what that book was about and what I like about it and what I dislike about it, and then we will move to the next book, and I will try to keep this video short. So the first book is, I guess it is visible if The Kitchen Goat's Wife. It is from Amitan. So it is not the first book I have read of Amitan. I have read several books. I started reading her from the Hundred Secret Senses. Then I read Bone Setter's Daughter and Joy Luck Club, which was the most popular book of her. But I guess I only like the 100 senses. After that, it is a downfall. But again, she is interesting enough to read. But with this book, I mean, I also have one more book of her in my shelf, The Valley of Amazement. But I don't think I am going to read it because I figured out that there is a pattern in Amitan books. It is always there is a sister or mother or someone else, aunt, anyone, and the story is never about the protagonist. The main characters that are introduced in the first chapter, or you feel that this is the uh, main character, and the story is never about him or her. It is always about her daughter, her sister, or her mother, and then somehow she always take the story back to the China, and from there the like 60-70% of the book happen in China, and from there, I mean, that is always the case with Emittent's book. Okay, how do you take the reader or protagonist back to the China? This is the same thing happened in this book. You think the book is about the main character, and then about 20 or 30% in we realize the story is all about the mother of that character, and it is all happening in China. And in the last like 20 or 30 pages, the story moved back to the current time, and it is like a complete tale of how they migrated, from why they migrated, their life history and all that. I mean, okay, this might be the story, and this is why she is like favorite in Chinese circle and Chinese immigrant circle. There is a story of how the Chinese people immigrate from their China to America, and this is the USP of her book. But I don't enjoy it that much. I mean, the Hundred Secret Senses has that some universal theme of two sisters, and one of them was not very well, uh, we can say, fluent in thinking or very well minded, and the second one was very high achiever, and there was that kind of complete theme. But even Bond Setter was somewhat better than other books. But I don't think I'm going to read Valley of Amazement after this. I don't know what will happen to that book because I'm completely bored of M10 after this. It is same formula, same template again and again. So I have not even reviewed it on my blog. I will try, but let's see. And the second book is uh sorry, Every Light in the House Burning. Every Light on the House Burning by Andrea Levy. So Levi has become a little bit popular like in 21 or 22. So this book is on my shelf for a very long time, and I only bought it because there is a very clearly written on it that this is a Whitbread Book of the Year and the Orange Prize for Fiction. And I like Orange Prize winning books. I think I like, but after reading it, I realized then again I observed that Orange Prizes, they give the Orange Prize to a certain type of books. See, if the author is from the England and the story is all about their childhood memories of their families, and like in this book, it's a daughter who is remembering her family when she was kid, and her father and her mother and everyone, and her father is dying because of cancer, and we see the complete uh, what is the word, like progression or transgression, what do we say when someone falls sick and they start to die? So that is a this is the story. Basically, there is no plot in it. It is just the memories. Okay, my father was like this, and when this used to happen, and that used to happen, my brother was like that, my sister was like that. And in the end, okay, the ending was easily very heavy because I mean we all can see that there's a cancer and he is going to die. Still, it was a very heavy ending. So, but I like the reading. It was easy to read, and Andy Levy has something very similar to Kate Atkinson, the words, the language, and there is some kind of familiarity with uh, Susan Fletcher. She is also author of, I guess, Eve. There is two book I read of Susan Fletcher, and I don't remember the name. But when I was reading this book, it kind of reminding me of her and Kate Atkinson, of course. I mean, I have another book which also, kind of similar to Kate Atkinson writing, but this one is completely. It is good. It was good. I mean to say, this short. It is like a reminiscence of your childhood and how it shaped your adult life. But we don't see the adult life that much. We only see the childhood, and from there we can kind of calculate how our main character is coping with the father's death, and our protagonist is the only one who is caring about her father. There is siblings are not around and cousins are not around, and which is also make it little bit heavy. Okay, where were other family members? And we can see the why of this in the childhood because the protagonist was very close to her father than the siblings. So overall, this book is good from my side, and I plan to write a review of this on my blog. So I guess keep tracking. Another book is Covenant by Dean Crawford. So it is a very lengthy book, and I will say I have not read it completely. I only read it first 200 pages, and I realized it is not for me. It is completely boring, and the stories was not going anywhere. It is just, I mean, all over the places. And I realize I have read this kind of books before, and I know what is going to happen. They all are going to just do the. I mean, I just knew what is going to happen. I have read this type of book, so I thought why waste more time on it when I already know what is going to happen. Another was Hemingway, my second Hemingway. I guess third Hemingway. I don't remember now. The first one is, of course, I read Old Man and the Sea, and then I read. I guess I also read Farewells of Arms, but I don't remember now. So Hemingway. island industry. The thing about this book is I am not very sure this is written by Hemingway, but I mean there is a, I mean writing is style is his, but it is published after his death, and I am always dubious about the books that were published after the writer's death. Like there is a book, Go Set a Watchman, which is a sequel of To Kill a Mockingbird. And To Kill a Mockingbird is the only book written by Harper Lee, and it was good. And it was very popular, and the book was so is like one of the highest sold book, and it is sold so much that after that Harper Lee never required to read any write any other book. She was successful, and it the book earned her enough that he doesn't need to write another book. But then after her death, they published Ghost at a Watchman. So I am always like, is it really written by her, or is it some kind of uh, cheating from the publication house or something, like let's publish one more book from her name and let's see, we can sell it. And of course it sells, her name sells. And there is a very long following of To Kill a Mockingbird, so they all easily bought the Cosetta Watchmen. So again, I was also wondering if it is exactly written by Hemingway, but then I read it and I realized yes, maybe, because the style is the same. There is literally, I don't think there is any story in this book. It is very similar to the Andrea Levy book, uh, and it's also very boring. See, the thing about Hemingway is he is not known for writing a good books, I guess. The Old Man and the Sea, which is his most popular book, and most of the people have read it, might have read it. And the book was successful because editors like cut down 90% of the book. It was become like a very short book. If it was under the hand of Hemingway, it would have been a very lengthy novel and very boring novel. But editors really worked very hard on it, I guess, because it was a very short book. And I mean, I read this Island the Stream, and it was like so boring, so I mean uselessly wordy at many parts. Like there was no reason for those chapters. There was no reason to have that all the conversation, all the communication, and all those pages are just fillers, feel like fillers. They does not have any impact. They does not have any consequences on the book. It just they are just present there. So I kind of, and again there is no plot. There is just three kids who comes to meet his meet their father, and they spend some time. And I don't want to spoil the book, so I am not going to tell what happened to the kids and what happened to the father. And just if you are going to read Hemingway, please avoid it. You can surely go with Old Man in the Sea. And of course, I don't know about Farewell of Rams because I forgot what was that book was. Another book is Exactly What to Say by Phil Jones. It is a sales book. It is about words and phrases a salesperson can use in daily conversation to keep the conversation going on. See, first, one most important part for the salesperson or yeah, person in marketing, sales, or PR is to talk and to keep the conversation happening. And it is more difficult than one can imagine, because people, I think it is not very, I mean it depends. It's lots of things depends. So in this book, Phil Jones exactly tells the catchphrases, the words, the sentences you can use to keep the conversation going on. And it is very easy. Like I can tell you one or two catchphrases, like I bet you are a bit like me. It is a like catchphrase. Okay. You can say to a person like I bet you are like me. And then you can tell the person what will you do in certain situation, like I bet you are like me, you like to read a good literature, and this way you also made a connection, you find a similar base, you found a common ground, and from there you can influence the other person's decision. As is similarly we have words like mm, if I can, will you, it's like a overcoming the objection. Okay, if the next person say that I cannot go with if I cannot come to the party because I don't have a car. So you can say, if I can arrange a car, will you able to come? Now you are not actually promising anything. You are not promising the car. You are just providing a base. Like if I can provide a car, will you come? So now the ball in the other person hold. Like now he have to say yes, or he have to make another excuse. Now he have to say like, because their excuse is already been cancelled, already been solved by you by the term can. So they are like this type of words and catchphrases that can use in daily conversation. But again, it is so, I mean, it is not like some magic or some rocket science, I would like to say. But if these are the thing you have to teach other people, which I feel very weird, okay, because these are the things people learn from, I mean, around. They, if they happen to go to college or talk to even five, six people, or if they go to school, if they go to job, they know these type of words. They know how to continue the conversation. So I don't know if this is a good book, or maybe it is some kind of cultural thing. Maybe in America, people are so secluded or isolated that they don't get to talk that much, or they have to learn talking, and they have to learn this, because in India there are so many people, so we don't have that kind of problem of not talking, because there is always be someone ready to talk to you, always be someone to buy. Here we have books how to avoid people, how to avoid things. We try people, we try to say, okay, what to say to avoid people keep talking. We have that type of books here, but still it was a good book. If you are a salesperson or in a marketing, I guess you can use these formulas to keep the conversation going. Another one is also a marketing book. It is one page marketing plan. So one page marketing plan is exactly what it says on the cover. It is, see, I am in a marketing, and making up marketing plan is really very very difficult. You can say challenging tasks. You have to have so many things to do. So one page marketing plan is nothing new. I read the book and I realized like, okay, it is no new value. Maybe there is nothing new in marketing. See, once you once you read the Philip Kotler marketing book, there is nothing new you can read on marketing. Everything is just repurposed content. Everything is just, okay, this is summary, this is in a visual form, this is in a dialogue form, this is in a rude voice, this is in a soft voice, and these are same message again. See, I mean, there are like three phases. The one page marketing plan is divided: before, during, and after. Before phase, before you uh, sell the sell your before you find the customer, that is like, what is my target market, what is my message to my target market, and what channel I am going to use. So, and during the phase is like how to capture the lead, and how to nurture that lead, and how to convert that lead. And it's the same thing, like how do I send a message to the lead, then how do I convert this lead, and then how I and then the third phase is after. Once the person is a customer, you have to give them a have to deliver the perfect value, deliver the delight. Basically, you have to increase the customer lifetime value and keep the referral going on. So the person will refer you and you get a new customers and all that. So if you are new to marketing, this will as good to go. And even if you are not new to marketing, you know everything, and you it is very good book to revise all the concept in a very short manner. So I will recommend. I guess I will read it once again, because yes, it is very good to, I mean, you cannot read the Philip Kotler every now and then. I mean, if you are reading, it is very good. It is like 700, 800, I mean more. It's a very lengthy book, but this one is very fast, very quick, very short, and it contains everything, for the marketing. You can make a marketing plan after reading it. So it's 5 star for me. Another book is Brief History of Time, Stephen Hawking. So I was like, okay, we all, I mean, this is one of the most popular book right now. Not right now, I mean, it is for a very long time, it is a popular book. I mean, if you go to any market, any book fest, anywhere, you will easily find this book there, A Brief History of Time. But I don't know how many people have read it. It start very good, really. It is very interesting to read all those scientists which you have read in your ninth standard and 10th standard. I read all about Leibniz and Maslow's and all those. I mean, so many Einstein, Newton, Aristotle, Plato, all those in the school. And then you read it actually. In school, we get a very compressed version. We get very summarized version. We get only the very high level overview of their work. But in Brief History of Time, Hawking explained it very intensely and in a very easy language, which is, I don't know how he was able to done it, because it would be a very difficult job to explain all those very big concepts in such a condensed book and in a very easy language that even I can understand. And so I was saying that it started very good. How the universe started, how the light worked, and the stars and everything. But then in the last 5 to 10 pages, the black hole chapters happens, and it just completely ruins the book. It is very boring. It is very highly technical, and I just don't get it. Basically, the point is, I was never not able to understand the black hole chapter. All the other thing I understood. Basically, it was not. Oh, sorry. It was not the black hole chapter. It was the unification of physics. The last chapter number 10, the unification of physics. I don't know what happened in this book, and it just got out over my head. Okay, what the Stephen Hawking was trying to say. But then there is chapters on Galileo, and then there is chapters on Newton. There is a chapter. That's it. And there is a chapter on Einstein, and those 3 4 pages are really very good, because you never, you see those scientists in a very good light. You see that they were very successful, they were always right, but actually they were not. They were wrong a lots of time. They missed lots of things. They skipped very simple details in their theories. And one more thing, when I read this book, when I completed this book, and I realized it does not, you know it does not in a support of science. The book does not support science. The book is like against the science. You'll be like, after reading the book, I mean, it might be only me, but it feel like science was always wrong. I mean, the thing you believe today, the theories you believe today, everything, you'll be like, okay, uh, this is the correct thing. We have proved it. We have a hypothesis. We have theory. We have everything to prove it. But again, after 5 years, after 10 years, after 50 years, someone will come with different apparatus and different tools and technologies, and he will completely destroy your theory. And then what will happen? Then the science will change. Then the theory will change, and you will be like, okay, so what I believed at that time was right, and now what I'm believing at this time is also right. So is it really good for you to believe in anything at that extremity? Like uh, you cannot say for certainty that even gravity is real. What if we find out after 100 years or 200 years? What if we found out that gravity is not actually real? There is something, there is some, there is different force that is working. It is not gravity but a different force. Because I mean, like uh, 100, I mean, in this book you see how the theories are changing, what a Plato said, what Aristotle said, and every new discovery, uh, every new founding kind of undone the past finding. So if the, so all the people that believe that uh, earth is a center of universe were wrong, and then then the new person came and said no, you all are wrong, and the actually earth is not in center, circle is center in the universe. And see, so the new people who is believing that sun is in the center of universe, it is kind of like start blaming or is accusing the old people like, "Okay, you all are wrong." And the point is, those new people who are believing that sun is the center of universe is also wrong. After 500 years, after 100 years, new scientist has come and he said, okay, okay, forget sun. Our, even our galaxy is not in the center of universe. And so, what will you say to them? So to be so proud, to be so uh, believeful in your scientific achievement is not, I guess, a good idea, because it can always be proven wrong after 5 years. Even Stephen Hawking proved himself wrong. He says something about black hole, and after something about Big Bang, and then after some years he took his words back. So what about the supporters who started hating other people on his uh, theory, on the basis of his theory? They all started hating other people and they started fighting, and then this is the thing about science. It keeps changing. So you can't believe anything. So I mean, you can go and fight with the earthers, and you'll be like, hey, you all are wrong. Earth is a globe. And what if 500, after 500 years, you, there is some kind of tools or technology that disprove you? And I'm only giving you as an example. Then who will be right? And will you be like, if, and you will be dead by then. So all the torture, all the hate those flat Earth community people are going through is just stupid, because science is keep changing. So what you are believing will be disproved very quickly. And the next book is Persons Unknown by Susie Steiner. Okay, this one is my favorite. Yeah, this one is my favorite in all the book I read, and this one is my favorite because it is very fast, and there is a character named Angel. See, I already wrote the review on this book on my blog. You can read. I will add the link to the description. So there is a character named Angel, and there is, and the main part about this book is the main protagonist is not actually a protagonist. She is the worst character in the book, and this happened. See, and another thing is Susie Steiner is dead. She died in 2021 or 22, I guess. And she wrote 2 or 3 books with the character, with this character, detective. And again, she was a very big fan of Kate Atkinson, and she tried to emulate the same type of writing, same type of stories, and same type of characters in her book, and she kind of succeeded. But the difference between Kate Atkinson and Susie Steiner would be that Susie Steiner does not go that deep. Kate Atkinson stories are all about characters, but not Susie Steiner. Her story has a plot and has a very intricate plot. And to be honest, most of the book is not going in the right direction. And when I said this is my favorite, I mean I liked it. In when I compare to other books, I mean it is my bad luck. All the other books were so bad this month, and I know the reason. The reason is I used the January month to read all the book I was avoiding. So most of those books I know were bad. So it is also, the story is very simple as it can get. There is a man died. He's a very rich banker, and that's it. The police does a investigation, and they accidentally or conveniently, we can say, arrest the adopted son of protagonist. So now the protagonist is involved in the story. So she tried to solve the case on their hand, and she's the most whiny, boring, and whenever she was on pages, I just wanted to flip the pages. I wanted the Devi or Angela or even Bernadette. They all were good character, but somehow Suji Steiner managed to make the protagonist unbearable, and that is wonderful. And another book is, it's a biography. I don't know, biography, memoir, what is this? Imran Hashmi with Bilal Siddiqui, The Kiss of Life. So Imran Hashmi is a very, if you don't know, Imran Hashmi is a very popular actor, Indian actor. So this is his story or son's story, I don't know. Basically, what happened is his son Ayan get cancer, and then they the I guess they admit him to hospital, and he gets the best treatment possible in India and the best treatment possible in Canada, and then he survived, and that is the story. So there's so not so much about Ayan in there. There's so much about Imran Hashmi, how he got his first role, what he did before he got the first role, how he become an actor. He does not wanted to become actor basically, but Mahesh Bhatt, the father of Alia Bhatt, pushed her to become an actor, and he's doing good. He was in Tiger 3 as a main villain. But again, the book, I don't know. Maybe it was, there was not much to write about, or maybe they try to you know avoiding to disclose most of the thing, because it is very short, very short basically. And to fill the pages, they are like completely academic research of on cancer. I mean, what would a person do with a academic research on cancer in a book? And then there is a long paragraph about Imran Hashmi and his relations with his family and all that. I mean, the stuff that could not be there if it was a truly a memoir for the son. So it is a part biography, part memoir, and that's it. It just, and she also, there's some part where it is funny, how he got that kissing boy image in Bollywood, how everyone expect him to have a kiss on screen, and how he was so bad in delivering a dialogue, and how he got that luck of having a very good song in his movies. I mean, he is known to have a very good, somehow every good song in the Bollywood belongs to Imran Hashmi. And there is also a thing called like his movie gets flop at the time, but after like 5 6 years they become fan favorites. Like there are so many movies I can name. I have a review of this book on my book blog, which I will add to the description that you can read. So it is a okay book, okay Mamaya. And the next book is Burned by Anger. Thomas Anger or नाम है Burned. So it turns out to be very surprisingly good. I don't know. I did not expect this book to be good, and somehow it does. It I mean it exceeded expectation. So the premise of the book was very simple. There was a murder, and murder was a very like in a way a Sharia law would do a murder. See, they stone a girl, and that is what happened. So the but how why would anyone will do a Sharia law justice in the country in the Scandinavian country? So the reporter, you know, investigated, and that is the story. Reporter investigated, and he found a real reason that it is actually jealousy. Okay, when a person gets jealous of other people hogging all the success, hogging all the hard work of other person. See, this is the thing for the cheaters, for the people who cheat. Like they can easily win because they they are cheating the man, they are cheating the other person. So they get the value from that person, and they can add value from their side. So they get 2x value, and the other person get 1x value. So it is easy for them to win. It becomes simple for them to win, I can say. But the other when the other person does not get the credit, they might get angry, and they might plan something weird like that happened in the book. So the murder happened, and our reporter figures it out. So that is the book, and it is fast, it is simple, and it is really enjoyable. So I mean, Thomas Anger is on my radar now. I will be buying more books of him if I get. I mean, in few weeks there is a international book fair at Delhi, and I will try to find more Thomas Anger. And let's see. So I realized there is one more book I read which is not on the table, and the name of the book is Until There Is None. Let me search on the Google first. I mean, I remember the name of the author was Nikki French. See, Nikki French, and the name of the book is so. Let me check my Goodreads. On my Goodreads, I will find that book obviously. Okay, and the name of the book is Until It's Over. Until It's Over by Nikki French. So the book is not on the table because I guess someone might have come in the room and placed it somewhere else. But Until It's Over is also I mean, it was very fast, and it was really uh, high octane book, if you can say that. I mean, it kind of worked like a you just want to find out what happened. You just keep flipping the pages. You just keep reading and reading. It does not happen a lot. I mean, it only happens with the crime novels. But again, Nicky French was able to do that. Until It's Over is story of, again, a person who is kind of very talented in living in a group, but again he does not do any work, but he is still considered as a, I mean, there are so many people living in our circle who are very anti-social, but they pretend to be social. They pretend to be likable. They pretend to be very, I mean, friendly. But when they are alone or when they are not with the groups, they kind of get tired and they really think that they are better than everyone. They are smarter than everyone and they can play along for a long time and no one can suspect them. So that is what happened in the book. There is a one very antisocial person who is act friendly with everyone to have the place to live and to have the money, and they steal from everyone. So this is what happened. And one day he accidentally killed someone, and from there the murder chain begins because he wants to protect himself again and again. I mean, if you kill someone and then you have to protect yourself, you have to, and to protect yourself you have to kill another person. You might kill the other person easily because right now the, because once that barrier is broke, once you do the first murder, I mean, that is what I learned uh, from the criminal books. If you do the first crime, then the other crimes become easy for you. You start to do it very easily. So that happened. To protect himself he keeps doing it. And the worst part of this book, yes, there is a worst part, that is until it's over and burned. Both books, burned and until it's over, they both end at a confession, recorded confession, which I highly dislike. I mean, it is a very lazy way to complete a book. Okay, you just throw a person who has a mic on him, and he record the confession from the criminal. So that is just lazy writing at the ending, because in both the books there is the way they find out the criminal is by recording the voice, recording the confession. So that I don't like very much. But again, yes, both the book are readable, both the book are good. So that's it. I hope you like all these reviews. Until then, right now I am reading Windmill of the Goats by Sidney Sheldon, and it is a very, after a long time I am reading Sidney Sheldon. So I will try to do a book review after the February. Okay, of all the books I've read in February. So let's say how many books I read in February. Until then, bye.